Good morning, everybody. Hey, good morning, Luminous World. I hope you're having a great, is it Wednesday? I'm like, what day is it? I'm Heather, and we come to you live each and every day during the week. So we are here Monday through Thursday at 8, 10, 12, 2, and 4. And then on Fridays, I'm here at 8 and 10. And so it is a great opportunity for you to ask your questions about Luminous, get started. We know that there's a lot of people out there interested in Luminous and what we have to offer and our starter kits and how it works. They've seen the infomercial and they're like, oh my gosh, I need that. And yes, you do. You do need it. And it's just amazing. And so we're here so you can ask these questions and maybe see how it's done and what you get and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and get started. We always go over our starter kit. So this is our icon. This is the icon, and we also have the Icon Pro. And then we do have 2 bottles of foundation and then the blush and love. Now we give you 2 bottles of foundation so you can color match. So you can have that perfect shade match 365 days a year, plus the fact that this is your starter kit. This is your practice kit. We want you to utilize it. We want you to get in there and get working with it. And so we give you those 2 bottles so you can use it, so you can practice. Sure. Even mess up, you can do that as well. So Alexa, off. For some reason, my Alexa is going off. All right, and so we want you to do the following things right here to get started too. The biggest step is get it out of the box. We want you to get it out of the box and plug it in. That's the only thing you have to do. It does come put together. And then you're going to get it out, turn it on, and just move the stylus and just feel that air. And that's practicing, okay? So just feel that air. Make sure you stay about 4 finger widths away when you're doing this. Just do that. And then what you can do is put water in here and then start pulling back on the trigger and work on that. The big step is the pulling back of the trigger because you're not pulling back all the way. The only time I pull back all the way on the trigger is when I'm cleaning it, which I forgot to do yesterday. So I'm going to do that this morning and show you that. But when you are doing your airbrush, when you're doing your foundation, you're pulling back very, very little. And you can practice by spraying a paper towel, a Kleenex, and do your movements. Keep it 4 finger widths away and barely pull back on that trigger and see how you're doing. The contrast between the paper towel and the makeup, you really can tell if you're doing it very smooth or if you're getting hot spots or whatever the case may be. So let's go ahead. Let's see who's here. I can't see. Hello. How are ya? Who's Luminous VIP? Ooh. Good morning. All right. Hey, Tamberly, how are you? Good to see you. Hey, Jacqueline, how are you? Patty, good to see you. I've now shortened Jacqueline's name to the French Jacques. I don't know why, but that's her new name. All right, so let's get started. So every time we do talk about, new people and there's always that when you get it, maybe you saw the infomercial and you're like, oh my gosh, I need this. There's something that happens between the time you order it and when it arrives. You should be waiting by the door to get your package and open it up and dive into it. The biggest step is to open the box and just play with the air, play with water. It's not, I think in our head, we think it's going to be this big ordeal and this big situation and you know, you're like, I don't know what to do. But you have to get it out of the box to even understand. And I'm not telling you to go straight into airbrushing. I'm telling you get it out of the box and just play with water. So that should be fun. It should not be it shouldn't be anything for you to think about. You can just get it out, start playing with it, and have fun. All right. So I always do tell you, like, when you're new, just get the foundation down. Get the foundation down. Just work with what we gave you, and everything else is all about the order or product that you need to get that look that you want. What we give you is enough to do your makeup. So just know that going in, like, you'll hear me and see me talk about different things. It's okay. Just when you're new, just stick with your starter kit. Once you perfect this, which won't take you any time at all, once you perfect this, then the rest is okay. Like, it doesn't matter what's in here. You got this down, okay? All right, so let's go in. I am going to use the Plum Blush today, and then I'll get my Love out, and then I'm going to use, let me get that out. And which one do I want to use? Let's use, I'm like, let me see how I think I could go back to 3 today. I think it's 5. All right. So I'm going to go back to my 3 today. I did a face treatment last night. I was like, my face, I feel was looking rough. So I did some mask and did some eye treatments, all that fun stuff. Good morning, Amber. Good to see you. All right. Let's see. Let's get started with our Plum Blush. Now, if you're new and you're like, why are you starting with blush? I start with blush because our blush is high pigmented. You'll hear me say that a lot. And so a little bit goes a long way. Remember, with Luminous, you are using 10 times less makeup. The other thing with our blush is we like to say our blush blooms. So it does kind of intensify a little bit once it's on. So I put my 2 drops in here. Oh, I did forget to clean it, but I'll do it later. Put my 2 drops on, moving my stylus. I'm feeling that air. If I close my eyes, I can really concentrate on where that air is. Wherever that air is where my makeup is going, okay? So when I'm doing my blush, I come in a little bit closer, probably about 3 finger widths away, start my movement, and then I'll pull back on my trigger, okay? I'm gonna come to this side. Now you can see it, right? You can really see that blush. And so the blush, again, is going to pop up even more. That was 2 drops, and I blew some of the rest of it out. So I didn't even really use 2 drops. Now the Plum is our stronger blush. If you have soft rose or tulip, they're still strong. But depending on your skin color, they're going to show up, but the Plum is a deeper blush. All right. Now I'm going in with the foundation. Now I'm putting on the foundation next because I'm going to blend it with, I'm going to blend my blush with my foundation and get my coverage. So it's a win-win. So even if you do get blush happy, it's okay if the blush is too strong at first, because then you'll blend it off with the foundation. All right, my drops are in there. And then I just start at one spot and start making passes. And I make one complete pass. Get under my eyes. Get under this eye. Keep going. Making my pass. Not really concentrating on certain areas yet, but just making that one pass. Now you can already tell the blush looks so much better. I'm starting to perfect the skin, blend out the blush, and now I can go back and see, okay, where do I need more coverage? So I know I have some spots around here. Go under my eyes. I'm gonna go on my lids as well because I have the darkness on my lid. So I want to cover that. Do I need as much on my forehead? No, right between my eyebrows maybe and above my eyebrows. Blend it down my neck. Oh, awesome, Candy. Candy's doing some mixes too. Get a little bit on my nose because I know my nose is red. But look how nice and blended that blush is. It didn't matter that it was a little bit too strong in the beginning because I know it's going to soften with the foundation. Because of how we are putting the foundation on or airbrushing, it's like little dots going all over your face, little pixels. And so that's why it works with your skin and you're not covering every inch of your face. It's just filling it in, filling it in, filling it in. That's why I don't call it layers. I call it passes. Layers to me is if you cover it all, cover it all, cover it all. We make passes, but in our passes, we're still not covering every inch because of how airbrush goes on. And so that's why your coverage is done by making passes. Or if you need to intensify a color, you make more passes. So there you go. All right. Heather, you airbrush before eyes. Christina, great question. So yes and no. So I'm not doing eyes in this one. I'm just sticking with the basics. If I was doing traditional makeup, or traditional eyes, if I was doing traditional eyes, then I would do eye first, because if there's any fallout, then I would, hold on, my coworker just came in here. Hold on one second. Hold on, can't see. All right, sorry about that. If I was doing eyes, I would, if I was doing traditional makeup, traditional eyeshadow, I would, because I can catch whatever falls out. Now, if I was doing a super simple look and like maybe just brush some blush on there, then no. So you can and you don't have to. I know that's a great answer, but that's honestly, that's why I love Luminous, is because there's really no answers. It's what you feel more comfortable with. I find, me personally, if I am doing eyeshadow, yes, I do my eyes first, because it takes the guesswork. It takes the, and whatever, like you can just do your, like, be creative and do your eyes and then clean up and then do your makeup. That way you can ensure that your makeup's going to be flawless. You don't have to worry about anything. So does that answer your question? My coworker. All right. So now I'm going to get in here. Jacqueline says, when I airbrush around my eyes, I have a hard time getting into the inside. So Jacqueline, the inside corner, so you have to remember, I'm like trying to think how to answer this. You have to remember that it's passes And also remember, it is not, it's unlike traditional makeup, whereas if you were going to do this with traditional makeup, you would put that dot there and blend it or, do whatever. With airbrush, if you see me go underneath my eyes, I look up, I angle my stylus down just a little, and I do this. I'm going past my under eye, like here. I'm doing this. And then I'll go back and do it again. Don't try to be so precise, like, oh, I have to cover that right there. Don't try to be that precise because that's going back to traditional makeup. Remember, it's bam, bam, bam. Kind of overshoot it a little bit. And then you can go back and make a pass to get more coverage there if you need to. Because how it sprays like that. So even if I'm, here, let me turn this on. Even if I'm pointing this right here, I can feel it right here. So that means that there is makeup going there. So if you're doing under your eyes, do it that way, okay? Now I'm putting a couple drops of love. And love is our hydrating illuminator. It's going to give you that nice lit from within look. It's very subtle. It's not like shimmer. This is a good way to describe it. It's not shimmer, it's shimmer. All right, so it's not as strong as our luminizers or the optics palette. It's very subtle. It will grab light, but it's very soft. And so I'm gonna do that in the high cheekbone area. And I can do that down my nose, and I'll even do it on my lids too. But see how it just like, oh, I look so healthy and glowy. So, but it's not necessarily a shimmer 2x4. All right, so now I am going to clean my stylus. I got my Tip Top cleaner, and I'm gonna pour some right in here. Sorry, I have to look down. So I have my Tip Top cleaner in here. Now I'm going to take a tissue, block the air, and back bubble. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but it's all bubbling in there. And now I can open up the gates. I can pull all the way back and blow all of that out. Now you can do this with water. You can do this with, you'll want to do this with water each and every time you use your stylus. But once every 2 days, every 3 days, you can use the Tip Top cleaner to get a little bit more of a clean. Now I just crumpled up my tissue, and I'm just, because I don't have any Q-tips here, and I'm just gonna clean that out. That's cleaning the bowl out. And then that is all I need to do to clean my stylus. If you're having some problems, or maybe your stylus is sputtering a little bit, you can always soak it. Soak it in warm water is a great way to do it. If, let's say, you're running out the door, you're like, oh, I don't have time to clean this. You can, I get a coffee mug and fill it with warm water, like halfway, and I just drop my stylus in there, even with the hose on, and just make sure it covers the bowl. And then that way it does break down that water, because remember, our product is water and mineral based. So water is going to break it down in the stylus. So make sure you are cleaning it. Do as I say, not as I do. Make sure you are cleaning it each and every time you finish your makeup. Run water through it. If that's the best you can do for that day, that's fine. Run warm water through it to make sure that you are protecting it and that you are taking care of it. Oh, Christina says, I do love as a primer, then blush, foundation, then, oh, I love that, Christina. I love that. I think it was the other day, I did love first, but I like that you use it kind of as a primer. That's awesome. That's really good. I like that. I like it. And it probably gives you a very like lit from within, fresh face. So good girl. All right, guys, we will be back. I'll be back at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. Right? Yeah. 8, 10, 12, 2, and 4 today. So I will see you back here at 10. All right. Have a great day. And I look forward to seeing you again. Bye for now.